Ahmad had been losing his voice, and it was recommended that Ahmad have surgery on his vocal cords. During the surgery, Ahmad had a cardiac arrest and his heart had stopped for 2 minutes. The doctors came out and said that Ahmad had hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which means that he was born with a bad heart, and we didn't know about it. So they put Ahmad on ECMO. I could see it was, I guess, borrowing time for Ahmad. So, it was helping Ahmad, fight, to kind of remain alive and stuff, while the doctors tried to work out what was wrong and why he'd had, the cardiac arrest and what they needed to do to try and save his life. There were all these conversations about Ahmad needing a heart transplant in order to survive, and that his existing heart could no longer support his body. And he'd been on ECMO for 19 days at that point. They actually found a match for Ahmad within an hour of going on the list. 12 hours later, Ahmad was having a heart transplant. It was going to be done on that day, and that they were going to save his life. It was a miracle. 3 days post-transplant, Ahmad had to have his leg amputated. Ahmad started to improve instantly from that moment. Ahmad was in the ICU for about 67 days and in hospital for just under 5 months. There was a point where we almost, gave up hope and gave up on Ahmad, but he just proved everyone wrong. The resilience that he showed, and to eventually, leave the ICU and then, focus on what he had to do after that, and that being, learning how to walk again and, get out of the bed. Yeah, it was amazing.
All the team from the ICU was really, really good to me, and I felt like most of the doctors really cared about me. And the amount of effort they put in to save my life, I felt I need to live out the life that they gave me, live out my second chance. I would definitely say to the team that has taken care of me, whether it was ICU or anyone that helped me in hospital, thank you, because the person I am today would not have been created if it wasn't for you.